Hey Pokefans, in the last episode looks like we explored Iron Island right after defeating the gym leader. We had to go to Iron Island in order to obtain the hidden field move Strength, but now that we have it, there should be no problem getting back to the main story, which is, I don't know yet. I guess we'll see. Too slow. Come on, let's move it. And here we are inside the library. Now, I could just go up and meet Tyson and whatever he has planned, but I want to read some of these books just to give you all some really fascinating insight as to how Sinnoh, or how Game Freak kind of portrayed Pokemon. So, I don't think we're going to be able to do anything on this floor. Yep, lady there, hello, this is the Canalave Library. Please keep quiet while you're on the premises. But if we go to the next floor, now we start getting some books. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't think I was wrong. Interesting. Well then... Wait, I'm so confused. I thought there'd be books. Maybe we have to finish this. Okay, whatever. Ignore what I said. I guess it's over there on the shelves to the right. Hey, Alex, over here, this way. Okay, Gramps, I brought Alex like I said. Alright, I'll be out of here. Okay, I get it.
Everyone's here finally. Alex, everyone, listen. You may have forgotten already, but I studied the evolution of Pokemon. But the more I study, the more mysteries appear and multiply. Pokemon that evolve and those that don't. What makes them different from each other? Do those that are immature as living beings evolve to ones more mature? If so, what do we make of the legendary Pokemon that don't evolve? Are we to assume the legendary Pokemon are complete as creatures? This is where you three come in. In the 3 lakes of Sinnoh, there are said to be Mirage Pokemon. If we could obtain data on them, it may shed some light on how the process of Pokemon evolution works. I need help from each one of you on this grand undertaking. Help me find these Pokemon that are considered to be mirages.
What are you saying? I didn't get a Pokédex.
And who was it that bolted from the lab before I had a chance to give you a Pokédex? But that's water under the bridge. Seeing Pokemon with your own eyes is important for you in becoming a better trainer, too.
You can count on me. It'll help with my Pokédex, too. Alex, you'll go too, won't you?
I would have made all of you go regardless. Anyway, now there are 3 lakes. Fortuitously, there are 3 of you. You should therefore split up and investigate the lakes individually. Dawn, you go to Lake Verity.
Will do.
Tyson, I want you to investigate Lake Acuity. That would take you almost to Snow Point City. The road there is harsh. I need a tough trainer to go—
Is he saying I'm not tough? Yeah, of course. Gramps, you know how to call it. You can tell I'm the hotness. What did he just call himself? And you know what? I was going to catch those legendary Pokemon for you. You know, as thanks for giving us our Pokemon back on Route 201. Even though I forgot completely about it until just now.
Very well. I'm counting on you. And that leaves Alex with Lake Valor. The lake is between Veilstone and Pastoria, if memory serves. Has it stopped? Are all of you unharmed?
What was that about? No, wait, I mean the TV! News, anything! Nothing. What you've just witnessed is actual footage from the scene. It was taken by a cameraman who happened to be there. He's talking about the cameramen that are just outside of the lake that we were supposed to go to. It's certainly impressive. Who knows what the explosion could expose at the lake? Why did he just call a horrific event? I don't know. Gramps, they said it was an explosion?
But why at Lake Valor? Let's get outside. I'm concerned about the town. You kids, be careful going down the stairs. Alex, you should leave now too. There may be aftershocks, however. Be alert always.
Yeah, he called it exciting or something. And everyone's talking about it, of course. Let's see what they have to say. Was that an earthquake? I didn't imagine it. Okay, so here are some books that we can read. Of course, I'm going to read them. Whoops. If you don't want to hear me ramble on about the stories of Sinnoh, just kind of ignore what I'm about to say. I'm sure you can skip over. But this book is titled Sinnoh Myth. Sinnoh Myth. Betray not your anger, lest someone will come. Weep not with sorrow, or someone will draw near. When joy and enjoyment come natural as the very air, that is happiness. Let such be blessed by the hand of Master Someone. Those words are spoken often as customary. Okay, so I'm guessing these are the same. This book is Sinnoh's Region's Mythology. Long ago, when Sinnoh had just been made, Pokemon and humans led separate lives. This is not to say they did not help each other. No, indeed they did. They supplied each other with goods and supported each other. A Pokemon proposed to the others to always be ready to help humans. It asked that Pokemon be ready to appear before humans always. Thus, to this day, Pokemon appear to us if we venture into tall grass. So, they're confirming that the reason Pokemon are in tall grass is because they always want to be ready for us to use if we need it. Sinnoh's Myth. 3 Pokemon there were. Into the lakes they dove, deep, deep, drawing no breath. Deeper, deeper they dove, into suffocating depths they dove. Deeper than deepest they alight, from the lake floor they rise. Bearing with them the power to make vast lands, they rise again. Interesting that they would talk about the 3 lake Pokemon. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the exact same one. But yeah, it's super interesting. Like I said, this concept of 3, right? Trium omni perfectum, which in Latin is basically 3 is the greatest. Alright, Veilstone's Myth. Veilstone's Myth. A young man, callow and foolish in innocence, came to own a sword. With it, he smote Pokemon, which gave sustenance with carefree abandon. Those not taken as food, he discarded with no afterthought. The following year, no Pokemon appeared. Larders grew bare. Would you like to keep reading? Yes. The young man seeking the missing Pokemon journeyed afar. Long did he search, and far and wide too, until one he did find. Asked he, "Why do you hide?" To which the Pokemon replied, "If you bear your sword to bring harm upon us, with claws and fangs, we will exact a toll. From your kind we will take our toll, for it must be done. Done it must be to guard ourselves, and for it I apologize." To the skies the young man shouted his dismay. "In having found the sword, I have lost so much. Gorged with power, I grew blind to Pokemon being alive. I will never fall savage again. The sword I denounce and forsake. I plead for forgiveness, for I was but a fool." So saying, the young man hurled the sword to the ground, snapping it. Seeing this, the Pokemon disappeared to a place beyond seeing. Very interesting. I don't really know what that has to do with Veilstone per se, but... Alright, here's the original story. In the beginning, there was only a churning turmoil of chaos. At the heart of chaos, where all things became one, appeared an egg. Having tumbled from the vortex, the egg gave rise to the original one. From itself, 2 beings the original one did make. Time started to spin, space began to expand. From itself again, 3 living things the original one did make. The 2 beings wished, and from them matter came to be. The 3 living things wished, and from them spirit came to be. The world created, the original one took to unyielding sleep. Okay, so remember how there were 2 beings, Dialga and Palkia, and from them we have the 3 lake trio. Well, this is saying there is one born from a Pokemon egg at the very beginning of time called the original one, which was referenced in some of the plates that we gained. Here is a horrific myth. Look not into the Pokemon's eyes. In but an instant you'll have no recollection of who you are. Return home, but how? When there is nothing to remember. Dare not touch the Pokemon's body. In but 3 short days all emotions will drain away. Above all, harm not the Pokemon. In a scant 5 days the offender will grow immobile in entirety. I don't really know what that one's referencing, actually. If anyone knows, please leave a comment. Last one, Sinnoh Folk Stories. Sinnoh Folk Story 1. Pick clean the bones of Pokemon caught in the sea or stream. Thank them for the meals they provide and pick their bones clean. When the bones are as clean as can be, set them free in the water from which they came. The Pokemon will return fully fleshed and it begins anew. Part 2. There lived a Pokemon in a forest. In the forest, the Pokemon shed its hide to sleep as a human. Awakened, the Pokemon dons the Pokemon hide to roam villages. Last one, Part 3. There once were Pokemon that became very close to humans. There once were humans and Pokemon that ate together at the same table. It was a time when there existed no differences to distinguish the two. This one's also extremely important because it's implying that Pokemon and humans were so alike that nobody could tell the difference. They engaged in events together. Sorry, I should have talked to all these NPCs. Hello, this is Canalave Library. Please keep quiet while you're on the premises. And then she'll say something else. It certainly wasn't me who screamed, "Yeah!" or shouted, "Help me!" No, really, that wasn't me screaming. That's pretty good. Okay, one more. I've been asking people not to disturb me while I'm reading. I shouldn't have even bothered. I'm all agitated now. Alright, that's enough of me talking.
That tremor, that wasn't a natural occurrence.
Hey, old dude and kids, did you hear? They're saying there was a huge explosion at Lake Valor. But I hear everything's fine now. I guess it was just a lot of noise. Gramps, I'm going. I have a bad feeling about this.
That Tyson can't sit still. Alex, I don't like to demand, but I need you at Lake Valor. It's impossible for things to be okay, not after an explosion like that. But I have no idea what is taking place. But before you go, let me stress, don't get in over your head. We will try to join you as soon as we inspect Lake Verity.
Alex, you'll be okay no matter what, right? Okay, so, essentially, if you wanted to fly to Lake Verity and kind of defy Professor Rowan, here's what would happen. I believe you would find both of them there, just kind of standing and wondering why the heck you're not at Lake Valor. Alright, so I'm gonna stay quiet for just a little bit, because you've heard my voice reading all these stories, and yeah, just kind of read the text along with me. Alright, and the water level is still not good enough to be able to surf on it. Now, we could go to this lake right here, right? Here's Lake Valor, and we could go all the way up to Lake Acuity. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that quite yet, because here's what we're going to do instead. I've gotten more than one comment about having a new team member. Have I decided my 5th and 6th team members yet? And I'm kind of not sick of it. Like, I appreciate the concern, but like I mentioned before, I already kind of know the Pokemon, but I do understand that you all are curious, and so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ignore the blatant danger that is occurring with Team Galactic and Lake Valor, and completely disregard all the NPCs, including the one Professor Rowan, and I'm going to take a detour and get my 5th team member, just to appease some of you. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to need to teach Strength to one of these Pokemon, because Bidoof unfortunately can't learn it. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm questioning whether or not B-Barrel, the evolved form of Bidoof, can learn it. I'm actually going to fact check that really quickly, so I'll meet you outside the Poké Center when I figure things out. Alright, so Google is telling me that B-Barrel actually can learn Strength, so we have a couple of options. We could either go out and catch a B-Barrel, or we could evolve Pipsqueak. I'm honestly kind of partial to whatever, but I think it'll take less time if we just go catch a B-Barrel. Where can we find a B-Barrel? That's actually a good question, and while I could look it up, I think it's useful to show you the Pokedex, because I don't think we've ever seen that before. Okay, so you can see there's some gaps in here, but one gap that we don't have is B-Barrel. So you can look up the area, and it'll gladly tell you exactly where the area is. So it looks like one area is west of Hearthome. And thinking about that now, I believe that is true. So yeah, that's our next stop. Now I'm gonna be right back. I'm actually gonna deposit Bidoof because if we're gonna catch a B-Barrel, there's no point in having the pre-evolved form. Alright, and here we encounter a B-Barrel. Problem is trying not to make it faint. Let's try Finneon. Rollout's a pretty dangerous move. It doesn't have 100% accuracy, but it does more damage every successive hit. I can't use Attract. I guess Surf? Now, B-Barrel's also a water type. Wow, I didn't expect it to do nothing. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just start chucking Pokeballs at it. I didn't expect that to work. B-Barrel has a lower catch rate than Bidoof. Oh, what to do, what to do. I don't really have any moves that are super weak, though. I guess that's a compliment, but Fire Fang is the weakest move that I know, because Houndoom's using it. It's not a physical attacker. B-Barrel's water, so it'll resist it. Well, I guess Confuse Ray. The problem is with Rollout, Rock is super effective against Crobat. And I know I'm like over twice its level, but Rollout's still pretty dangerous. It's like Fury Cutter. Although with Fury Cutter, the damage actually just doubles. Alright, so I stopped it from using Rollout. And I'm just going to keep chucking balls at it. Come on. Yes. Now it's in the yellow. That automatically means that the formula is going to work in our favor. There we go. So I am now going to switch off Bidoof and B-Barrel. Honestly, I'm kind of sick of putting B-Barrel and all these Pokemon in my team right up here because it's not a part of our team, really, but technically I did use Bidoof in a battle against a gym leader, so... B-Barrel is the beaver Pokemon. It's 3 feet tall, about 70 pounds. A river dammed by B-Barrel will never overflow its banks, which is appreciated by people nearby. I can't call it Pipsqueak. So instead, I'm going to call it... Popsqueak. Because it's kind of the father of Bidoof. Now, this is not the 5th Pokemon that I was referring to. No. Don't get your nets in a twist. We just have to teach it all these HMs. It really doesn't matter what moves it knows or doesn't know. It knows Water Gun. And honestly, with B-Barrel, we don't even need Surf. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. So I guess we'll teach it Strength, Surf, Cut, and Strength. Wait, I said Strength twice. And Cut. Then we can dispose of Finneon and call it a day. Okay. Last one. Surprisingly, B-Barrel can't learn Fly. Bidoof can learn Thunder, but B-Barrel can't learn Fly. Okay. This is honestly a good moveset just for the Surf. Like, if you wanted to raise B-Barrel up, I think I did that once. I raised B-Barrel up a fair amount. and actually used it as a team member. I mean, obviously it wasn't great, but what are you gonna do? Okay, next step is to go to Mount Coronet. Now there's a specific entrance that we want to use. There are technically 4 entrances, right? So there are the 2 lower ones and then the 2 upper ones. Now the reason that I'm depositing Finneon is we actually want a Pokemon that knows Defog. So Golbat it is. We're just going to do some exploring. Alright, we're going to slap down a Max Repel. We only have 4 of them, which is a little troubling, but I think we can make it past where we want to go. Going to the mountains. Wait a minute. Here's a region that we can use Surf on. Unfortunately, that fisherman down there is not really significant. There's also a waterfall and some scaly cliffs, so I'm going to hold off until later. That fisherman doesn't have anything useful anyway. Okay, now, we notice that we're kind of blocked off, right? I mean, I'll show you exactly what I mean by that, but we can explore, see if there are any hidden items over here. Well, not a hidden item, but still, Dawnstone, not a bad find, but if you look all the way over here, we do need Surf. We get a protein. I think in one episode I mentioned that calcium increases attack. I'm starting to think that was wrong. Calcium is special attack, protein is obviously attack. It's more physical. But in order to progress in this area of Mount Coronet, we need a Pokemon that knows another HM move that we don't have access to. So just showing you that the bottom 2 entrances are not very useful for us right now. So we're going to have to go to the top 2 entrances. Now the reason I chose Celestic Town is because we actually haven't explored west of Celestic Town yet. Yeah, this route, we haven't really explored it very much. There are a couple of trainers that we need to battle, and then we will head to Mount Coronet. Ah, shoot. Haha, I'm psyched for this. Here it goes. Okay. Aerial Ace against the Krogunk. This is all becoming so predictable. But level 31's not a bad level. So it is currently Sunday, and I have this hankering for pizza. I can either Domino's or Pizza Hut. I need a place where I can like sit down and get work done. So I don't know about you all. Like, it's so weird because in Europe, specifically in France, meals take like 2 hours because they really want to, and you have to eat with someone else. That's just the social custom. You eat with someone else, you take a long time, you really enjoy and savor your meals, and then you get back to work. For Americans, we like everything really fast-paced because we think that somehow increases productivity, some kind of notion of being successful and working more. I say work smarter, not more. Quality over quantity. I'm going to skip the rest of these trainers because they make good experience for a newest team member, and we see that there's an issue, which is that there's this boulder. Well, you might be thinking, that this boulder and this particular path could lead to the lower portion of Mount Coronet. In fact, you'd be correct. This actually does lead to the lower portion of Mount Coronet, even beyond the scaly cliffs. But we can't advance anymore. I love that design. Okay. Now, of course, we can move all boulders around in the room, which is pretty useful, including this one that's holding a item. TM69 rock polish, we've seen it used. It's not really the best. I mean, if rock types are going to be slow, they're going to be slow. There's really not a whole lot that we're going to be able to do about them. So if you have a rock type, embrace the slowness. Right, we already saw Gyro Ball is an attack that does more the slower your Pokemon is. And we have all these rocks. Now, I am almost positive there are hidden items here. Thanks, Popsqueak. Alright, and we get another rare candy. Let's advance. What? Where are the hidden items? Wait, who are you? The fog is so thick ahead I can't even see my own hand. Can you use defog so we can see? Ha, the Pokemon they gave me can't use defog either. I think we're stuck. Let's wait till the others get here. I can't advance until I do the stupid Lake Valor crap? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this, though, because I'm discovering how many safeguards they put into place. They really have an agenda. Like, this game really has an agenda. They're essentially guiding, forcing you to complete various things, which we experienced in the last episode with Iron Island. So, we have no choice. We have to go to Lake Valor. Sorry guys, I really wanted to catch a new teammate in this episode, but we can't. Well, now I have a vengeance, and any Team Galactic goons want to get in my way, they're gonna be roasted. Annihilated. I ain't playing games anymore. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna meet you at Lake Valor. Alright, so it looks like the cameramen have cleared, so we can go inside and see what's what. And we hear the familiar music that we heard in Veilstone. Ha ha ha, next stop, Lake Verity. The closest civilization is that hick town called Twinleaf. We can roll in there completely unopposed. Did you just call my town Hick? The town I'm actually from, that's Hick. Hick's not a bad thing, by the way. I'm not trying to paint an ugly picture. Of course, we're going to have these battles. Of course, they're going to be nothing interesting. Would you like to join the Magikarp and flop around in the mud? Alright, Glameow and Murkrow, nothing we haven't seen before. It's interesting that this used to be a lake, and that in the time since the explosion, they managed to put all these like ladders and whatnot. Okay, there is another goon over here. Might as well talk to everybody. Whoa. Magikarp is weakly flopping about. Even Team Galactic has no use for Magikarp. Worthless, all of them. Well, maybe not everybody thinks so. Wink, wink. Okay. We set off the Galactic Bomb. Its blast force was phenomenal. Thank you for the Golbat. Yeah. Alright, so let's just take a look. Yeah. I'll punish you in place of our boss for defying Team Galactic. I have like 4 Pokemon. Super annoying. You're not gonna stop me. What do you want? You're investigating the explosion? Bah, it doesn't matter who you are. It's too late to make any difference. Things are going to get really interesting now. all the legendary Pokemon are going to be brought to our HQ in Veilstone. Okay, so remember the Mirage Pokemon, 1 per lake, and supposedly they're inside this cavern right here. Or each of them are inside their own cavern. Let's see, do I need to heal up? I'm taking names. Who's this? Notice this weird pattern on the lake floor. That's not a coincidence. Each lake cavern is going to have its own signature pattern. Who's this creep? The mission is proceeding without a hitch. The boss should be pleased. Everything is for everyone and for the good of Team Galactic. I recognize your face. You're the child who raided the Team Galactic building in Eterna. But you weren't there. Jupiter should be ashamed of herself being beaten by a child. But anything and anyone that opposes Team Galactic must be crushed. Even the very thought of opposition will not be tolerated. Okay, so we had Mars, we had Jupiter, and now here's Saturn. Alright, so we have a Golbat to start off with, okay. Remember the other two commanders, I believe they both had Bronzors. And remember that Galactic boss Cyrus also had a Crobat, or a Golbat, excuse me. Now, why does this Golbat still know Supersonic when it could have learned Confuse Ray? That's my first question. My second question is, why use Supersonic at all when I have a Person Berry? Odds are it's not going to use Supersonic again, since I'm already confused. And we're just going to take it out with another Fly. Remember, Fly doesn't have perfect accuracy. I think it's 95%. So, it keeps things interesting. Now, the next Pokemon is Bronzor. Okay. Oh, he has 3 Pokemon. Mars and Jupiter each had 2. Okay. Well, bye, Felicia. You're done. Even with Heat Proof, I would argue that still would have fainted it. Alright, Toxicroak is its last Pokemon. Let's send out Sharpie for this one. Turtwin might have been a better option, but what are you gonna do? Fighting Poison, I think we've seen a Toxicroak. If we have it, it's the evolved form of Krogunk. Let's try out some Aerial Ace action. I don't expect this to faint it. Expect it to do half damage, and it has a Citrus Berry. We're gonna two-shot it. I will say, Toxicroak is pretty formidable, and if you wanted to put it on your team, I wouldn't judge you. Poison Jab is a very, very powerful poison attack. So the fact that Toxicroak knows it at all should kind of scare you a little bit. We got through it with no trouble. You, my friend, are tough. I can see why you defy us so. I defy you so because of your ideals, not because of how strong I am. God, even I, a commander, only managed to buy us time. But that's fine. A child like you will never be able to stem the flow of time. Team Galactic will get the 3 legendary Pokemon of the lakes. With their power, we will create an entirely new universe. By now, Mars should have captured the Pokemon of Lake Verity. ... Okay. So, that's essentially it. It's going to remain like this for a while. I don't think they're going to say anything interesting, so we're going to go to Lake Verity. After we, of course, say hello to our mother. Welcome home, Alex. Are you and your Pokemon healthy? Take a quick rest, dear. Thanks, Mom, as always. Alright. Remember, I'm taking names in this episode. I'm frustrated that I'm not going to be able to catch my new teammate in this episode, so...
Alex, what timing? These Team Galactic scoundrels are after the legendary Pokemon. You've got to help Dawn.
Okay, so he's going to say, ow, ouch, what's with this old timer? Now, Professor Rowan has a couple of Pokemon of his own, so he can hold his own. Are these required double battles? Yes, because you can't talk to them individually, unfortunately. So. It is our mission to stall you. Sorry, but we gotta do our job. In order for us to bring peace to the world, we must control it. Yeah, I respect that. Let's go ahead and kind of do our job. Ooh, he's walking in the tall grass. I'll knock your Pokemon into orbit. Wow, space pun. Good one. If this mission is successful, we will get a nice bonus. Alright, probably skip that battle just to get to it. Alex, it's Team Galactic. They're taking the Pokemon of the lake. I couldn't beat this person. Yeah, we're fine. That face, it brings back bad memories. I'm talking about the Windworks. I caught a whole lot of trouble for that little incident. What's with that look on your face? You do remember me, don't you? Fine, whatever. I'll tell you who I am again. I'm Mars, one of Team Galactic's commanders. So what is it? Are you some lovey-dovey couple to the rescue? Not a chance. Not even a teeny one. You're all going down. This is Battling Galactic Commander Mars Part 2. She's gotten a lot tougher since the last time, right? Upgraded to 3 Pokemon, and just like Saturn, has Golbat, Bronzor, and I'm sure you can guess what the 3rd Pokemon is. Golbat is pretty resilient. I'll give it that. An Air Cutter, high critical hit ratio, but this is essentially the same thing as Saturn. So I'll just kind of sit back, let you enjoy the music, and progress through this battle with ease. Ooh, I can't believe the Perugli's faster than Heracross. Of course, it gets off critical hit. Yeah, Perugli's honestly no joke. Nor is Skuntank or Toxicroak. I mean, they're not great to have on your team, but maybe they are. They're formidable enough for me to complain about them. Again and again. I lost again. So first the Windworks and now Lake Verity that I owe you for. I'm presuming she's talking about the money, because we got a lot of it. This shouldn't be happening to Team Galactic's commander. Calm down, Mars. I've done my part in all of this. My mission was to transport the lake's Pokemon to our HQ. That's right. I accomplished my mission without a problem. Team, we're pulling out. The boss is waiting at the HQ. The Pokemon of the 3 lakes are connected somehow. Thanks to Saturn's grandstanding at Lake Valor, a cavern appeared here. It was the cavern where the Pokemon Mesprit slept. Mesprit appeared too, probably to go help its friends. That worked out well for us. It was super easy to catch. So now we've got them all. Mesprit, the being of emotion. Azelf, the being of willpower. Uxie, the being of intelligence. Now that we have them all, you can look forward to what plans Team Galactic has for them.
I see. This also occurred at Lake Valor. Another legendary Pokemon was taken away by Team Galactic. Both of you went up against full-fledged criminals. The fact that you're unharmed is reason enough to celebrate. But what about Tyson? What is happening at Lake Acuity? Is Tyson safe?
Alex, what is Team Galactic up to? Are the abducted Pokemon of the lakes going to be okay? They will, but we're going to have to wait a couple of episodes for that arc to finish up. So, we're going to traverse to Lake Acuity, and I guess along the way, we're going to meet our 5th team member. That's a guarantee. I'll see you there. Have a great rest of your day.